Bill Cosby was here a few weeks ago, and he had an interesting viewpoint on your humor, and I don't think he would mind me trying to quote him. He said that you have a baby now, and you're getting older. There's going to come a time when you're going to regret what you're doing, what you've done, and you're going to want it back because of your child and because of maturity.
That's what Bill might think, you know. What I do in my act and how I live my life are two different things. And the values that I have other than being a performer are what my kid's going to grow up learning, you know. And it has nothing to do with jokes, you know. I don't want the kid to grow up as a clown and work in Ringling Brothers, you know. I'm going to teach him other things, you know. But if that's what Cosby thinks, you know, he's entitled to his opinion. I mean, I really didn't see Eddie Murphy, when he was doing all that gay stuff, go through the kind of stuff that I go through, you know.
Actually, Cosby put you and Eddie both in the same quote. No, I'm just trying to be honest, because I saw it in, I think I saw it in Liz Smith's column in New York, and I shouldn't be
No, well, he
biased
might have said it, but I'm
partner,
talking when Eddie took off as a stand-up comic.
Yeah,
and he did his concert films.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the gay community picket Eddie's concert in San Francisco or something? Yeah. Not, you know, I mean, they expressed their opinions outside it. So I wouldn't say they picked on you and they didn't pick on Eddie, because they were there. As a matter of fact, he talked about it in his act. He said they have a gay patrol at the airport when he comes to San Francisco.
All right. But I mean, I really didn't see him go through this kind of thing, you know.
I didn't have a show, but he went through it.
You know. But you know, as far as the gay thing, you know, I'm not interested in the jokes for them anymore, because I did it, you know. And if you want to follow me around from talk show to talk show, that's okay too. I'm pretty funny, you know. But I mean, but I don't...
You made a comment earlier. You said you're not doing any more AIDS jokes, and there are no gay jokes in this recent project. Are you kind of becoming more conservative and maybe admitting that some of the things in the past are wrong?
No. Because the jokes I did at the time, I thought were funny. And when I thought I milked that whole thing, you know, whatever it was I was doing with the gays, I moved on. You know, I know a lot more about regular relationships between men and women than I know about gays. You know, so I had a few jokes, I did them, and now, you know, I mean, with women, I could just go on and on.
Okay, well, we should take a commercial, and we'll come back and go on and on.
Tonight.
Yes.
Another light evening.
Yeah, the fire marshal's even upset. He doesn't like that you're smoking on the air.
Well, they're lights.
Oh, oh boy. Can we talk about Dice? I've heard you in the past talk about this character. Dice isn't you, is it?
Well, to a certain point it is, you know. I mean, you know, when I do a show and I put on the sparkle jackets and the, you know, the whole outfit, that's like building a character. But, I mean, the comedy comes from living, you know. So none of that's phony, you know.
Do you sit down and write? You sit down and write your jokes, or you just...
Not a word.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's the stuff that just, it's like a rage inside, you know. When you're 2 feet away from an elevator door and people slamming in your face, it pisses me off, you hear? You know, it's that kind of stuff. So by the time I get on stage at night, it's like you explode.
Every interview that I participate in, the question I always get is, you were closest, did Dice cry on your show?
Well, no, what happened with that thing is, I just wanted to get a point across to America.
I'll be honest with you, and you know me, I'd rather tell you to your face. I don't like, you know. I thought you were faking. I thought it was a publicity stunt.
There were certain shows I've seen that I thought might have been a little set up, you know what I mean? You know. I mean, you once had a fight with, actually a few gays in the crowd.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny that there were only 2 guests that night? Isn't it funny? There was an extra 8 minutes to kill Arsenio.
What you have to do...
You know, but the truth of the matter is...
No. Only I know the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is, first of all, like yourself, I'm a comedian. I do jokes. And an impression that I did one night, the same organization took, many nights. And based on what I feel is right or wrong, it will continue. But I did an impression at one point, or a joke at some point, and the same organization took opposition to it and came and protested during my show. I cut segments short following that. You can believe me, other than wrestling, there's nothing phony about me, and I wouldn't be sitting there telling you to your face.
There's nothing phony about me, and what I did, I was just trying to get a point across.
It's just you did an Elvis thing in the middle of your crying, and I was like, you know.
What happened to me was, there was a lot
Sandy, do you have his clip?
No, wait, I want to explain this.
Let me see the clip. Let me see the clip.
Andrew Clay is a guy that came out here about 10 years ago. And he broke his ass. You know what I mean? Broke his ass, he believed in himself, became the hottest comic in the world. And anybody that doesn't like it could wipe their ass with whatever they say about me. No, because just let me say this, because I always believe that you could take yourself and put yourself. No, I get choked up because, you put yourself where you want to be. And, you want... No, wait a minute. All right, the bottom line. No, I'm going to tell you what happened. I was under a lot of pressure, you know, because things took off real quick, and I started getting a lot of bad press. And it caught up to me, and the point I was trying to get across, watch, it'll happen again. What I was trying to get across is that, you know, no matter what it is that you do, you know, to just focus on what you do, and that's the point I was trying to get across, because there are a lot of people out there that always say I could do this or I could do that, and the way I look at it is, then do it, like I did it. And I got a little choked up, you know, so it was like, I didn't care what people thought of me at that point. It was like, I just wanted to show them I got to where I wanted to be, and that's what I think people should do. Yeah. You know,
and it was for real.
Well, anybody that didn't believe it isn't in the human race.
Wait, no, wait, you can't take me out the human race because I questioned it, man.
But you could see it. It's right there.
And if you want to know whether I'm for real, ask them. They hate my guts, don't you?
No, but
Queer Nation hates my guts.
I always say I'm a great actor, but that was no act. And what I did to get the point across, I had to throw myself into that whole dice head because I was getting very choked up. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's got that side of them that's like a brick wall, a defense.
Yeah.
You know, which is sort of what Dice is on stage. That's that side of my personality. And then you got a softer side. So to get out of that, because I couldn't talk, I had to snap into it. You know, and because there's, you know, I look at what I do, I'm an entertainer. And I love to make people laugh, you know, and there's always going to be people that don't like me, but I can deal with that. But the point of the matter is, I could have also been stealing cars. You know, instead I pushed myself to become something that a lot of people look up to and a lot of people appreciate and a lot of people have fun laughing with, you know. So I can't really worry about the people that don't like it, you know. I try to get anti-drug commercials. I get a hard time with that. And they go, well, why should we give you an anti-drug commercial? I go, forget about what I talk about as jokes. I'm talking to kids, you know, that are 15, 16, 17, that watch my movies and watch my tapes and look up to me, and I'm saying, look, I didn't get to where I am because of drugs. I got there without it, and that's the only way, you know, and that's what I believe
in. Oh, gosh. The movie opens tomorrow. I've done the best I could with this, y'all. We live in a country where we agree to disagree because it's a free America. There are people who don't like what you do. There are people who don't like what I do, and I guess you just can't please everybody. Kiss the baby for me.
Hey, Andrew.